Have you ever noticed something strange? Some people can make a difficult decision and move on with their day, but others replay the same conversation again and again and again. They imagine what they should have said, what they shouldn't have said, what the other person might have meant, and what could happen next. Their mind never truly stops. Most people call this overthinking. Some even believe it's a weakness, a bad habit, or a sign of anxiety. But psychology tells a much more fascinating story. The truth is, overthinking isn't always the problem. Sometimes, it's a side effect of a brain that's trying to understand everything. In fact, research has found that people with higher cognitive ability often spend far more time analyzing situations than average. Not because they're indecisive, but because they naturally see more possibilities, more consequences, more patterns, more connections. Imagine standing at a crossroads. Most people see two paths. An analytical mind sees 20. Every possible outcome begins playing inside the brain. If I choose this, what happens next? But what if this goes wrong? What if there's a better option? What if I'm missing something important? Within seconds, one decision becomes hundreds. That's why intelligent people often look calm on the outside, while inside, their mind is running at full speed. But why would evolution create a brain like this? To understand that, we need to travel back thousands of years. Imagine living in a world where one careless decision could cost your life. Choosing the wrong path through the forest could mean walking into a predator. Trusting the wrong stranger could mean never returning home. Ignoring small changes in your surroundings could become a fatal mistake. In that world, the people who paused, observed, and thought carefully were more likely to survive. Their brains constantly asked, what could go wrong? Not because they enjoyed worrying, because preparation increased survival. Generation after generation, those careful brains were rewarded. Over time, the human brain became incredibly good at imagining future problems before they happened. That ability once protected us. Today, it often overwhelms us. You're probably not avoiding wild animals anymore. Instead, your brain is preparing for job interviews, relationships, exams, money, emails, social situations, and conversations that haven't even happened yet. The danger changed, but your brain didn't. To your nervous system, an awkward presentation, a difficult conversation, or the fear of rejection can activate many of the same survival circuits that once protected your ancestors. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your breathing changes, your mind races, all because your brain believes preparation equals survival. Here's where it becomes fascinating. Highly intelligent people don't simply think more, they think differently. Neuroscientists have discovered that highly analytical brains tend to create more connections between ideas. One small thought reminds them of another, which connects to another memory, which creates another possibility, until one simple question turns into an entire mental movie. That's why lying in bed at night, your brain suddenly remembers something embarrassing from 5 years ago, then starts thinking about tomorrow, then your future, then your career, then a completely unrelated problem. One thought becomes 50 without you even realizing it. The strange part is, your brain believes it's helping you. Every possible scenario it creates feels like preparation. If I think about it enough, maybe I'll avoid making a mistake. But that's the trap. Because the brain rarely knows when enough preparation is enough. It keeps searching for one more answer, one more possibility, one more hidden risk. And that search can continue for hours, sometimes for years. But here's the question that changes everything. If intelligent people naturally overthink, does that mean they'll always be trapped inside their own minds? Or is there a way to use this powerful brain without letting it control your life? The answer might completely change the way you see your own thoughts. Because modern psychology has discovered something remarkable about overthinking. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your mind the same way again. So, if overthinking isn't simply a bad habit, why does it feel so convincing? The answer lies in something your brain does every single day without asking for your permission. Your brain is constantly making predictions. Right now, as you're listening to this, your mind is trying to predict what will happen next. Not just in this video, but in your entire life. That's how the brain works. It's a prediction machine. Every experience you've ever had, every mistake, every success, every heartbreak becomes data. And your brain uses that data to prepare for the future. Normally, this is incredibly useful. It helps you avoid danger, learn from mistakes, and make better decisions. But highly intelligent minds often take this process much further. Instead of predicting one possible future, they imagine dozens. What if I choose the wrong career? What if they misunderstood my message? What if this opportunity never comes again? What if I'm making a mistake I can't see? Notice something? None of these things have happened. They're only possibilities. Yet your brain reacts as if they're already real. That's why overthinking feels so exhausting. Your body can't always tell the difference between a real threat and a vividly imagined one. Think about a nightmare. Your heart races, your breathing changes, your palms sweat. Even though nothing dangerous is actually happening, the same thing occurs during overthinking. Your brain creates a scenario, and your body prepares to survive it. Psychologists call this catastrophizing. It's the brain's habit of jumping to the worst possible outcome, even when the evidence doesn't support it. Imagine your boss sends one simple message: "We need to talk tomorrow." That's it. No explanation, no details. For most people, it's just another meeting. But for an analytical mind, the possibilities explode. Am I getting fired? Did I make a mistake? Did someone complain about me? What if my career is over? Within minutes, your brain has written an entire story. The next day, your boss simply asks if you'd like to lead a new project. Nothing terrible happened, but your body still experienced hours of stress. All because your brain confused possibility with probability. And here's where intelligent people often become trapped. They're incredibly good at solving problems. So when a problem appears, even an imaginary one, their brain refuses to let it go. It keeps searching for solutions, again and again and again, until the original problem becomes much bigger than it ever was. Ironically, the same brain that helps them solve complex challenges can also create challenges that don't actually exist. There's another hidden reason intelligent people overthink. They hate uncertainty, not because they're afraid, because their brain craves complete understanding. It wants every answer, every detail, every possible outcome. But life doesn't work that way. Some questions don't have immediate answers. Some decisions can never be perfect. Some risks must simply be taken. And that's incredibly uncomfortable for a mind that wants certainty. The result? Analysis turns into paralysis. The search for the perfect decision prevents any decision at all. But here's something fascinating. Modern neuroscience has discovered that the brain isn't fixed. It's constantly changing. Every repeated thought strengthens certain neural pathways. The more you practice overthinking, the easier overthinking becomes. But the opposite is also true. The more you practice calmer thinking, the stronger those pathways become instead. This ability is called neuroplasticity, and it may be one of the most important discoveries in modern psychology. It means your brain isn't trapped, it's trainable. The question isn't whether intelligent people will continue having complex thoughts. They always will. The real question is, can they learn to control those thoughts instead of letting those thoughts control them? The answer is where everything begins to change, because understanding your mind is the first step toward mastering it. So, if your brain naturally creates endless thoughts, what are you actually supposed to do? Most people believe the answer is simple. Just stop overthinking. But if you've ever tried, you already know that doesn't work. Because your brain isn't a machine you can switch off. It's an organ designed to keep you alive. And survival has never depended on silence. It has always depended on awareness. The goal isn't to stop thinking. The goal is to stop believing every thought your brain creates. Imagine you're sitting beside a busy highway. Thousands of cars drive past every hour. Some are fast, some are slow, some are loud, some are beautiful. But you don't chase every single car. You simply watch them pass. Your thoughts work exactly the same way. Every thought that enters your mind is not a command. It's not a prediction, and it certainly isn't reality. It's simply your brain generating possibilities. The moment you understand that, something remarkable happens. You create distance between yourself and your thoughts. Psychologists call this cognitive distancing. Instead of saying, "I'm going to fail," try saying, "I'm having the thought that I'm going to fail." It sounds like a tiny change, but your brain experiences it very differently. The first statement feels like a fact. The second reminds your mind that it's only one possible story. That small shift creates something incredibly powerful. Choice. Because once you stop treating every thought as the truth, you become free to question it. Here's another technique psychologists often recommend. Whenever your mind predicts the worst, pause and ask yourself 3 questions. First, what evidence supports this thought? Second, what evidence contradicts it? And finally, if my best friend believed this, what would I honestly tell them? Something interesting usually happens. Your emotions become quieter, your breathing slows, and logic finally gets a chance to speak. There's another habit that completely changes how intelligent people manage overthinking. They write. Not because writing magically solves problems, but because thoughts trapped inside your head often feel much bigger than they really are. The moment they're written on paper, they become easier to examine. Instead of one giant cloud of anxiety, you suddenly have individual thoughts that can be challenged, corrected, or simply ignored. Researchers have even found that expressive writing can reduce stress and improve emotional clarity, because your brain no longer has to carry everything at once. It can finally let go. Another powerful habit is accepting uncertainty. At first, that sounds impossible. After all, your brain wants certainty. It wants guarantees, perfect decisions, complete control. But life doesn't offer those things. No one knows exactly what tomorrow will bring. No one can eliminate every risk. The people who find peace aren't the ones who eliminate uncertainty. They're the ones who learn to live beside it. That's a skill. And like every skill, it improves with practice. Here's something most people never realize. Your greatest strength can also become your greatest weakness. The same brain that helps you solve complex problems can also invent problems that never needed solving. The same imagination that fuels creativity can also fuel anxiety. The same curiosity that helps you learn faster can trap you inside endless questions. Intelligence isn't about thinking more. It's about knowing which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones deserve to pass by. So the next time you catch yourself overthinking, don't ask, "How do I make these thoughts disappear?" Instead ask, "Is this thought helping me, or is it simply asking for my attention?" That single question can interrupt the cycle before it grows stronger. Because your thoughts are visitors, not masters. And once you realize that, you stop fighting your own mind. You begin working with it. And that's where real mental strength begins. Not by having a quiet brain, but by learning to stay calm, even when your brain isn't. We've explored why intelligent people think more deeply, why their brains constantly search for answers, and why overthinking feels almost impossible to escape. But there's one final truth that changes everything. Overthinking isn't your enemy. Misunderstanding it is. Think about fire for a moment. Fire can cook your food, keep you warm, power entire cities, but left uncontrolled, the very same fire can destroy everything around it. Your mind works the same way. The ability to think deeply, to analyze, to imagine, to question is one of the greatest gifts the human brain possesses. Without it, there would be no scientific discoveries, no groundbreaking inventions, no great works of art, no revolutionary ideas. Every great achievement in history began inside someone's imagination. The problem isn't intelligence. The problem begins when intelligence turns against itself, when curiosity becomes constant doubt, when preparation becomes endless worry, when analysis becomes paralysis. That's when your greatest strength starts feeling like your greatest weakness. But here's what psychology teaches us. Highly intelligent people don't become mentally strong because they stop overthinking. They become mentally strong because they learn when to stop feeding unnecessary thoughts. Imagine you're standing beside a river. Leaves float past on the water. Some are large, some are small, some catch your attention. But eventually, every single one continues downstream. Your thoughts are like those leaves. Some deserve your attention, most don't. You don't have to grab every single one. You don't have to argue with every thought. You don't have to solve every imaginary problem your brain creates. Sometimes, the healthiest response is simply letting the thought continue downstream, without following it. Another powerful habit is learning to take action before certainty arrives. Highly intelligent people often wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect answer, the perfect decision. But perfection rarely exists. Life rewards progress, not perfection. Sometimes, the only way to discover the right answer is to take the first step, without knowing exactly where it leads. Action gives your brain something overthinking never can: real evidence. Every experience teaches you something. Every mistake teaches you something. Every success teaches you something. Experience always beats imagination, because reality is almost never as frightening as the stories your brain creates. Here's something worth remembering. Your brain has one primary mission: to protect you. It doesn't care whether you're happy, it cares whether you survive. That's why it notices risks before opportunities, problems before peace, danger before comfort. It isn't trying to make your life difficult, it's simply following ancient survival programming. The moment you understand that, you stop seeing your brain as the enemy. You begin seeing it as an overprotective bodyguard, one that's trying to help, even when it's mistaken. And that realization changes everything, because you no longer fight your thoughts. You become curious about them. Instead of asking, "Why can't I stop overthinking?" ask yourself, "What is my brain trying to protect me from?" Often, the answer isn't failure. It's rejection, embarrassment, loss, uncertainty. Once you understand the fear, you understand the thought. And once you understand the thought, it loses much of its power. Remember, some of the world's greatest thinkers, inventors, scientists, writers, and creators were also people who spent countless hours inside their own minds. Their success didn't come from having fewer thoughts. It came from learning which thoughts deserved their energy. So if you've spent years believing that something was wrong with you, maybe it's time to consider another possibility. Maybe your mind isn't broken. Maybe it's simply powerful. Powerful minds need direction, not punishment. They need understanding, not fear. Because intelligence isn't measured by how much you think, it's measured by how wisely you choose where your attention goes. The next time your mind begins creating endless scenarios, pause, take a slow breath, and remind yourself, I don't need to solve every problem my brain imagines. Sometimes, peace isn't found by finding more answers. It's found by asking fewer unnecessary questions. If this video helped you understand your mind in a new way, leave a comment below. What's one habit of overthinking you finally recognized in yourself? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you know someone whose mind never seems to slow down, share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need to hear. Don't forget to subscribe for more psychology documentaries that explore the hidden patterns of the human mind. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and remember, your greatest strength isn't having a brain that never stops thinking. It's learning how to guide it.